Okay, so now we've got this crotch seam sewn like we were talking about before. This is the inner leg seam. This is the crotch seam. Okay, inner leg, inseam, crotch seam. So they both of them are intersecting. So we've got no side seam, remember, because we put those two pieces together. No side seam. But now the next step is to do the top. So we're going to do the elastic casing on the top. If you have a serger, you can just go ahead and you can serge the top like this. And then that in and of itself is enough. You don't have to turn that edge under once it's serged, which is why I was saying a serger is such a wonderful tool to have. When you're making things like this, you can just whip them out so quickly because it eliminates a lot of steps. But in eliminating those steps, it does not in any way diminish the quality of the end result. In fact, it makes it even better because it's got a double stitching. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do with that. Okay, so this finishes off the very top. So then the casing is turned under, and you're going to use anywhere from 3/4 to 1 inch wide elastic. So the casing will be like this. You'll measure it, you'll fold it under. That's a little more than 1 inch because my elastic is going to be 1 inch wide. And then I'm going to stitch right along there, leaving a section of it open to feed the elastic through the casing. So I'm going to stitch on my regular sewing machine, not on the serger. I'm going to stitch along there, and then that's going to make the casing. Again, leaving an opening. Now when it comes to the hem, you're going to do the exact same thing you just did with the casing. And you're going to serge the bottom. This totally eliminates the need for a 1/4 inch turn under before your actual hem. So you're going to go all the way around. All the way around. Now this thread doesn't match. I'm using white thread. But for any of you that have ever used a serger before, you know how hard it is to thread a serger. Some people have self-threading sergers, and that's great, but they're very, very expensive. Mine is not a self-threading serger, so it's a major undertaking to thread a serger. So if you leave a white or a gray thread in it at all times, you'll be able to have that blend in with a lot of your different fabrics. I'm just using white, but when I actually go to make the hem, when I actually go to stitch this hem, I'm going to use rusty brown colored thread to match. So this is all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to turn that end up and stitch right along that edge there and hem it. And when you get done with that, that's how quickly you have a pair of pajama bottoms.